Hey, this is Ant bringing you a Unreal Engine tutorial. So in this video I'm going to be going over how to create a coin pickup for your games. In this example I'm using the third person template. There's a few assets that are in here that I've set up before, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to this project on GitHub so that you can download this and you'll get the same assets. But hopefully you'll be able to follow along on an empty third person template as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. So inside of this project, what I'm going to do is I've got a folder called pickups. You can put your version of your coin anywhere you like. I'm going to store it in here. I'm going to right click, go to blueprint class, and I'm going to choose an actor. I'm going to call this BP coin. If I can type. And I'm going to open it up. So it's an empty actor, there's nothing in it, so we need to obviously give it a little bit of representation. So in this case, I'm going to add a static mesh component. For the static mesh, I'm going to assign a cylinder. And now there's a cylinder mesh with a basic default material. For now I'll keep it the same, but ideally, well, we'll use that, that's fine. It's pretty metallic and it looks close to a coin, so we'll use that as material. So what else do we need? Well, for this component I think I'll add a collision. So under add component, I'm going to add a sphere collision. For the sphere radius, I want it so that it slightly overlaps the coins, so there's no chance of running into the mesh, but I will set that to 50. And that gives us a nice sphere radius around the coin. So next thing I need to do is I need to create an event for this collision sphere. So to do that, I can right click on this, I can go to add events, and the event I need is add on component begin overlap. Click that and it'll take you into the event graph, and as you can see we have a on component begin overlap. For Mother Actor, I'm using the third person character in this case with the third person game mode. So inside of the coin I'm just going to do a simple cast to third person character. What that means is whenever the third person character overlaps with this collision sphere, it'll check if it is actually the third person character by the cast. So the next thing I want to do is, well, I could add the coin to the character, but I'm going to do something slightly different in this case. I'm going to use an event dispatcher instead to broadcast that this coin's been picked up, and there's a very good reason for why I'm going to do that later on. So under event dispatchers, I'm going to click add an event dispatcher, and I'm going to call that on coin picked up. What I'm going to do next is drag that into the graph. I'm going to put call on user call to basically say on coin picked up. Next, well, the coin's basically been picked up. There's a broadcast to say this has been picked up. I don't need the coin anymore, so I'm going to just call destroy actor. Destroy actor, and keep the target to self. So we have our BP coin, it has some representation, and it also checks to see if it's the third person character that's picking it up. Obviously if you're using a different character, that cast will need to be different. Or that can be an interface, depending if you've got multiple characters, it's up to you. It's calling on coin picked up when it's overlapped, to basically broadcast that that's happened. And the last step is, it's destroying the actor. So let's give that a test to see if it works. So I'm going to drag a couple of instances of BP coin into the level, and I'm going to hit play. And as you can see, I'm walking over the coins and they're being destroyed. It's not updating the UI yet, but that will be done later on. That brings us to the end of the video. So in the next part, we're going to be looking at the player controller and how we can store our coins inside of that so that we can use it later on. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.